Hi, welcome back to another Scent Notes video. I'm talking today about one of my new releases coming up. And this one is a new release, but also kind of an old release because it's a revisitation of the first scent I ever created 10 years ago now. Chatillon Lux, it began in 2015, but of course it didn't just appear out of thin air. I had the idea along with my really good friend Jason who encouraged me to start this whole thing in 2014, and the first scent I ever created was called Eau de Toilette. It was intended to be something that was wearable and classic, something that wouldn't go out of style, something you could wear every season, something that could be the foundation of what we were creating. So now, many years later, I have obviously a lot more experience, a lot more knowledge. I wanted to revisit that idea, revisit that kind of vibe I was going for, but with what I can do now versus what I could do when I was just, at the very early stages of learning how this whole perfumery thing worked. So this release is a revisitation of my first release. It's called Treget, simply Treget. And I think the simplicity is something that is really important to what I was going for with this, because it's a light, airy, woody kind of scent with a little bit of bergamot and jasmine. It's something that's I wouldn't say simple, but it's obviously not something that is complex. It doesn't evolve a ton, but it's something that you will notice little nuances of. It has a really great, it's like a lot of my scents, it's meant to be worn. It's meant to be something that reacts with your body heat. And it just kind of, as you wear it throughout the day, it just has a slight evolution that you'll kind of notice. But with Treget, what it starts off with is a bergamot. It's simple. It's a rectified oil, so that way you don't have as much photosynthesizing danger with it, which basically means with pure regular bergamot oil you will be more susceptible to sunburn. This Italian bergamot oil is rectified, and so that way it will be easier on the skin. Next is a jasmine note, and it is really mostly revolving around hedione, also dihydrojasminate if you want to be technical about it. It is a very ubiquitous note. You'll definitely recognize it if you ever smelled it. It's in a lot of different perfumes. It's like a breeze with jasmine in it. Instead of just smelling jasmine, you smell like a breeze of jasmine wafting across the fields. Next, but as we go down, there's a cedar wood, and it's my favorite cedar wood. It's a Virginia cedar wood, red cedar. It's very just kind of it's very dense and thick, and I cut it, but I kind of use it sparingly, as opposed to the original. The original was bergamot, lavender, cedarwood, labdanum, and this one has and sweet orange. This one has bergamot. In the new Treget, it has bergamot, jasmine, sandalwood, cedarwood, and labdanum, and Siam wood. So the cedar wood is kind of emphasized by the Siam wood. Siam wood is like just really thick and rich, and it kind of really goes together with the sandalwood like super well. The sandalwood accord, however, it uses some of the staples like ebonol and santalif, but I lean harder into some of the notes, like there's kind of like a ionone, which is you'll really mostly associate closely with like an iris or a violet, but it also kind of has a creaminess to sandalwood. So I use a lot of that in the sandalwood, and additionally, I also use so I also, in addition to the ionones, I also use like a lot of that santalif, which is a little bit less overbearing, and then also I use kind of another nerolidol, which is also going to add to that woodiness, but it's also light and airy, and then finally, you go down and it's labdanum, but I use, instead of like a thick, syrupy, rich, resinous labdanum, I use a clear labdanum absolute, which is just a little bit lighter, and it just really adds a little weight to it, because you don't want the whole thing to be totally transparent, but at the same time, you don't want to weigh it down too much. So I thought that was a really good addition, and again, it's not too heavy, but it wears really. Excuse me, on top of the whole thing, I almost forgot that one of the most important things, it has a big dose of ISO-E super, which, I mean, everybody will recognize. It's molecule 1. It's It's just in a lot of different things. It's a really woody, kind of, it's like almost like a beechwood type of thing. It's really textured. It feels like, it adds like a lot of air to it, but also a woodiness that really just feels like a lift. So it adds a breeze to it. And again, adds to that really light, easy, wearable, airy quality that I really love with this. So Treget is something that is an evolution where I've gone in the past decade. It is something that I think is just super modern, but also has a classic tinge to it, and something that I think that you will be able to wear whenever. It's appealed to a lot of people, both someone who's in a niche perfume and someone who just wants something to wear to smell great, and you can wear it at the office, you can wear it a night out. It's just really versatile. So I'm very excited about this. I've been sending out samples of the test batches, and I've gotten a huge response from it. So this Sunday, May 19th, it's going to come out along with Can't Stand the Rain, which I will also be making a video of shortly. In fact, right after I get done with this one. So yeah, look for it at chatillonlux.com, or look for it at American Perfumer, where you can buy it fairly soon. I have it on the way there, so hopefully it won't take too long. And I really look forward to sharing it with you. Thanks a lot, and I will talk to you again soon.